because it's in towns and cities. De Grey Manor, kick up. All right. So, where we left off, all of you were back at De Grey Manor, resting up for one last night, and then we're heading off to the port to board on the ship that De Grey has already paid you handsomely to go, and has promised to pay you more on your return. He has asked you to retrieve a particular gem that he hasn't gone too much into detail about, but you do know that it is part of the something called the Time Pendant. It is his wish and your command to go and retrieve it. Okay, so let's get you guys over there. Boosh. Also, watching the previous YouTube thing there, I did realize that I didn't put any light in your room, SQ, so you couldn't probably see anything. But now you can.
Hooray!
But nonetheless, it is the morning of, and there was promise of a banquet downstairs for you for breakfast, as it were, and then you are to be setting off for the port. The crew on the ship have been instructed to basically take you where they need to go. However, they've also been instructed not to leave the ship. Okay, so let's get you cats downstairs. Whoop. Over. There we go. This is not as fluid as I want it to be, but we're here. Boosh. And tertiary boosh. Oh, I've plopped you right on top of Legis. There we go. Okay. So, you guys are downstairs. There's guards all around. No sight of De Grey, as, you know, it is the morning, after all. And there's plenty of things to be had. These doors, however... Oh, no, let me actually click the right thing here. There we go. These doors are opened over here.
All right.
Inside, you find a very majestic-looking table, wooden table, carved. It's both very old and very well kept. As you can see, it's almost like when you put too much varnish on something that's, you know, decaying away. The varnish sticks in almost like an outside kind of see-through layer. But nonetheless, the decorative portions of the table look very similar in the diamond shape, very similar of the gems that you are set to be looking out for. On the table there is a mixture of various different foods, eggs and toasts and sausages and bacon and all sorts of goodies to be had, as well as some very interesting sort of pitchers of wine, red wine naturally, all sitting on the table. One of the...
Well, I'll sit there and watch them eat.
Yeah, SQ like gets to the table and she plops Lonnie in a chair next to her and kind of like fills up a plate with, you know, toast and whatever vegetables are available and like puts that in front of him.
As you guys are doing that, one of the guards come out from what appears to be the kitchen sort of area door. Has a big tray filled with many root vegetables, carrots and potatoes and beets, and just kind of plops them right in front of Lonnie.
SQ will take the plate she has made for Lonnie and start eating that instead. And also, she's gonna pour herself a nice big glass of wine. It's 5 o'clock
Okay.
somewhere.
Indeed.
Perfect. You might want to come down here. We just woke up.
You broke out. What did you say?
You might want to come down on the drinking. It is just early in the morning.
SQ
I'm
shoot him a nasty look, and she's gonna take a big gulp while she's making contact.
Oh, this is going to go so well.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh,
You drink the
I'm
food.
I'm going to.
Oh, go ahead.
That's right, Carrot.
Oh, you've cut out twice.
I said carry on, mate. Don't worry about it.
Got it. Oh, bloody hell, you stupid phone. Recognize my thumbprint, you bastard. Anyway, so, okay, as you guys are mowing down on various bits of food and drinking, and Legis is staring off to the fireplace on the other side of the table, there is sort of lots of things all in around the table. One of the guards from outside come in, and he goes, I do hope you're all set to go.
Yeah, I think we are.
I'm ready to go as soon as my companions are finished their meal. I assume that they're pretty close too.
SQ is trying to sneak a plate full of sausages into her backpack.
The guard, actually roll sleight of hand. See if the guard notices that.
Oh no.
First not one of the day.
Yes, it's not.
Please
so
tell
much
me
as-
that. Please tell me it's like links of sausages, and there's several of them just hanging out of her bag.
Yes. For you, SQ, you're kind of keeping your eyes on all things, and you're kind of doing this while not really paying attention. You think you're shoving it into your bag, but really you're just kind of putting it down and feeding it down on towards the floor.
Oh god.
The guard kind of looks at you and he goes, "That's a strange way of eating for sure. But nonetheless, the ship is in the harbour, and pretty soon, all the sailors will be set to go. They are waiting on you."
We will be joining them very shortly. Thank you.
You see, as he kind of spins around, gives another quick glance over at SQ, kind of shakes his head a little bit. He then reaches around underneath his armor and pulls out a pendant, and you can kind of see him talking into it as he's walking away.
Ooh, I hear what he's saying. It.
Okay, no, that's cool. Okay, well, wait.
I want to hear what you were saying in it.
Give me a perception check. He's kind of doing it quite low, so if you're really trying to listen in, see how much of it you make out. Okay, you hear him basically. He's speaking to something or someone. He's speaking into his pendant, and he's basically saying, "Yeah, they're ready to go, sir."
SQ's gonna look at Kurosi and as she's gonna see that she was not adequately putting sausage into her backpack, so she's gonna start over and try again now that she knows she's not in trouble. Well, she thinks she's not in trouble. But she's also gonna look at Kurosi and be like, did he narc on me? Is he tattling?
You'll be all right.
Okay. She's gonna take the sausage.
Go for gold.
Add sausage to your bag. Oh my goodness. Let's see. We'll say the sausage, each link will provide 1 HP. and you've managed to get 8 of them.
Yes.
Oh, I can see it. She's lost 8 points or whatever in a battle, and it's just, hold on, I have to take an entire action to shove as many sausages into my mouth as possible.
And you said they're what, 1 HP each?
Yeah.
1
So I-
HP each.
Okay.
But
I-
that kind of innuendo.
Believe me, can
Sorry,
we call
was it-
these good sausage?
I said, does that kind of innuendo?
Sausage.
Everything can
Was
be
it-
an innuendo. That's the whole point.
Yeah. On the basis that you call them good berries, surely these must be good sausages.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. She's the sausage cleric.
I'm just gonna start throwing sausage at people to go down.
Yeah.
Eat this.
The banger druid. That's it. Oh god.
The non-vegan druid cast sausage.
That's right. Oh. Okay.
Oh my word.
So, a few minutes later, you guys are getting relatively stuffed from the food and the drink. Did anyone else drink the wine apart from SQ?
Nah, it's too early to be drinking alcohol.
Okay.
No
SQ,
way.
give
I
me
don't
a
drink.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh crap.
Okay.
Okay.
It tastes a little bit strange at first, but then the strange taste goes away and you feel completely unaffected.
And SQ just kind of gives Kurosi a very pointed look, like I'm fine.
I'm not drunk, okay?
I'm okay. Everything's fine.
You
Let's
just
go on a boat.
make the room stop spinning. We can go.
Lonnie is her seeing eye goat right now.
Alright.
Okay. So with this, the another patron, another of the lovely Cathal. Let me pull this up. Important. No, not important. We want this guy in there. Okay. After a few minutes, you see a very small gnome, blonde hair, coming out and collecting the dishes and the various bits of food scraps, and is just kind of tucking them in into the kitchen behind. The table is clear. Your bellies relatively are full. What would you guys like to do now?
I think we should head to the ship.
What's that? Sorry?
I think we should head to the ship now.
I was going to say, barring anybody having anything very specific to do, it's time to go to the ship, I believe.
And my dresses won't be ready until the next day, right? Or at least one of them.
Yes. Yeah.
Alright, SQ will go to the ship.
Okay.
We can pick them up when we come back.
She can wear these pants for a few more days, it's fine.
Alright, I think I can do it like... Yes, I can do it like that. That's gonna go there. Quickly. Zip. That is a really ugly looking thing, so we're not going to do that. Alright, as you guys are making your way down to the harbour, it is a bustling mess, as many of the ships seem to be coming in and going in a very almost like ballet sort of choreography. You guys sit and wait. You kind of look around. There seems to be one ship that hasn't quite moved in the port. Everything else seems to be coming in, leaving, but this one is sort of just there, not moving. You see on the outside several sort of elven-looking humanoids, and some with darker hair, some with sort of a reddish tinge. One of them has almost like a pure blonde, like a platinum blonde hair, kind of dressed very ornately, and all the other sort of elves don't make a move until they see this one start to go on the gangplank and walk on towards the ship. The rest of them follow suit and get the sails ready and the anchor pulled and stuff like that, and await your arrival.
All right.
Okie dokie. Well, in which case, then I think it's we'll head up towards the ship that has been pointed out to. I assume they gave us the name of the ship, so we know which one we're supposed to be boarding.
It is the Shadow, yes.
Shadow. Okay, we find the Shadow, and just at the beginning of the gangplank, sort of yell up, permission to come aboard.
The platinum blonde elf kind of looks over in your way. Ah. You must be here for De Grey, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
That is correct.
Is there any more of you?
Just the three of us at the moment, I believe.
Ah. Well, let's not waste any more time, shall we?
Indeed.
Esky's just gonna walk onto the ship with Lonnie.
All right.
Yeah.
The captain
I'll
begins
follow
barking
Esky up
orders.
the
All right. The captain begins barking orders to the other crew. They're lifting the anchor, they're drawing the sails, they're other words about ship that I don't know. And I'm not a sea captain. I'm a bloody... Anyway. With that, you guys, the gangplank is removed, and you begin to slowly set sail on the... I'm going to get rid of this, and I'll dock. And begin to set sail on the open waters.
Once we're
first-
clear of the harbour, I'm going to make a point of going and saying hello to the captain and introducing myself.
Yeah, Esky's like heading up there too.
All right. He sees you approach, and he's... Yes. What do you want?
Yeah, so let me just...
She's gonna hug her.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Sorry, your name is Captain...
Smythe.
Captain Smythe. I'm Legis. The gentleman down there on the mid-deck is Cruosi, and the young halfling lady who has taken a shine to you is SQ. It's a pleasure to meet you. I just want to say, I wanted to introduce ourselves and know how to refer to you if at all necessary. Do we have quarters on the ship?
Yes. You will find your quarters and your provisions all downstairs.
Excellent. Is it fore or aft? Fore being the front bit, aft being the back bit.
Sure.
So, in other words, is it this end of
Right.
pointy end of the boat or the other end of the boat?
Well, him as a captain of a ship, he would definitely know. Yeah, he says downstairs, basically towards the front, the aft. That's it. I'm pulling up ship parts.
Yeah, it's
Google.
fore is the front. Fore is the front bit. Aft is the back.
I know the bow and
Anyway.
the stern and all those other bits. I never really. The funnel. That's neat.
Yeah.
Stern, the anchor, forward, deck, the brig. That's all fun stuff.
Mm.
Now I sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, indeed.
Do you know what do you know what you could do, SQ? Just when you're editing this, take all the sound clips of all those different parts that I just said, and then put them in the right spot. All right.
I'm going to say I'm going to thank the captain and say I won't interfere in your smooth running of the ship. and I'm basically going to retreat to whatever cabin I'm been assigned and start tidying the place up so it looks neat.
All right, let me get you to your spot. Heading down the stairs. So, Legis, as you're descending the stairs, this ship seems to be of similar construction to the one that you sort of found yourself on during your arrival to this time. There seems to be a few different changes, and especially with keeping most of the deck underneath covered in darkness.
Okay. Okay, well that's not really a problem for me. So,
Indeed.
are these doors here at the end?
They are not. They are just the wooden wall that the hammocks are attached to. Heading
Right.
in. Let me see if I can do this. There we go. Heading more in sort of this direction or that direction, either way. Heading up in
Yeah.
here. Over there would be the doors in where your provisions will be or are. Not will
Okay.
be. They are there.
Okay.
Okay. SQ, Kurosi? One of
Right
you.
now, of course, you just ignored the sea.
Sorry, one more time. Just seemed a little cutty-cutty.
Kuroshi's just enjoying the seas.
Oh,
Just look at-
yes. You enjoy the sea, and you enjoy the crap out of that sea. It's
SQ is
a
still
beautiful scene.
hugging the captain.
He's at first kind of paid attention, and now he just kind of sees you as a nuisance that won't leave. So he's just gone and accepted it, and still kind of keeping track. However, the moment that you become more trouble than you're worth, be prepared to get kicked off.
Yeah, she'll give him like one last little nuzzle, and then she's gonna wander her way over to this guy and be like, "Can I shoot that?"
No.
Okay. And then she's gonna head down to her room.
All right. You're loving the ballistas. All right.
Oh my god.
Can I shoot that? Yeah, we just left port. The only thing to aim at is the place you just came from. After about...
She wasn't necessarily trying to aim at anything in particular.
She just wants to hear it go twang.
Twang.
Basically, yes.
All right. Well, as you guys are moving about the ship and enjoying the seas, finding your lovely resting spots, you can check out the provisions if you'd like during your lovely travel. However, this time you've actually been given no time on how long this trip is actually meant to be. Or
I was going to ask the cat once even in a day or two. I was going to ask the captain, say, by the way, how long is the journey, the voyage?
All right. So let me see. First things first. So in your provisions, there are, and I'll type all of this stuff out here for you. There are 4 superior healing potions. For winter clothing.
Would you be so kind as to give us something that we can edit and use as a kind of loot? Notes for loot and that sort of thing.
Yes. I
Thank
do
you.
have it. The treasure room in the Discord is usually where I'll be putting that stuff.
Okay. I just meant something in Roll20. You can just create a sheet. If you go to channel.
Yeah, I've got the channel already set up here. The treasure room, as it were.
All right. Okay. Fair enough.
I also find it because with Roll20 you can't really search for it, and
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
and with Discord you can search and it will tell you the date when you got it, who, and all that other fun stuff.
Okay. Right.
So for superior healing potions, for winter clothing, so things that a big poofy coat, and poofy pants and some boots, and as well as 10 rations for you all, so total of 40 rations. And of course, various bits of vegetables and things for Bonnie. Okay. So,
Okay. You guys divide up the rations. I don't need them.
so as you approach the captain to ask how long this journey is meant to take, and he kind of looks at you and he says, "Did Gray not tell you?"
That was a detail that he skipped over.
Right. Where we're going is going to be incredibly cold. Should find your he kind of looks at you and notices that you're made of metal. He goes, "Well, perhaps for your friends to not be so cold where we're going. It's going to take some time to get where we need to go."
Do you have an estimate of our ETA?
I do. Will of course take roughly 9 days to arrive.
Okay, thank you. If I'm needed for anything, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm happy to try to help out, albeit I have little to zero sailoring experience. But if there's anything else I can help with, I'd be happy to do so.
Well, if you don't mind, my crew is quite the weld oil machine. I'm sure you can understand that.
Absolutely. I just thought it would be polite to make the offer. But thank you. I appreciate that. If I'm required, I'll probably be spending most of my time in our quarters.
We'll take that under consideration. Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you. And I'll just wander off and leave them alone and basically go back to my quarters where I'm going to spend quite a lot of time sort of just practicing cantrips and prestidigitation and meditating. And staying well out of the way because I think, I don't want to interfere with the well-oiled machine.
Well, I go to the captain and ask them, may I ask a couple questions about yourself?
You're quite nosy, but sure.
Right. Where exactly are you from?
I'm from all over. I've been on the sea for longer than I can remember, and longer than I can remember ever having a home.
So, yes, you were born in the sea, huh? Oh, what about this? Are you particularly any religion?
My religion is the waves. My god, the stars. All I need.
Third question. what's the most dangerous thing you'll come across on the seas?
There is many dangers out here. Those who are inexperienced, reading the waves and reading the currents, can be a very dangerous place out here.
You ever have to deal with any sea monstrosities?
Indeed, I have. And as you can see, I am still here. And they are not.
Well then, I see. I don't have anything to worry about then.
Well, if there's nothing else, I do have to get us on our course.
All right. In Elvish, I say I thank you for your time in Elvish or Elven.
He gives you a bit of a side smile and a nod, then goes back to steering the ship.
All right. And then I will go into the bottom deck.
All right. I'll bring you there. Zip. Peace. As you guys are meandering around and modeling yourselves, I guess, I don't know. You are doing whatever it is that you choose to do to pass the time. After a few hours, the boat or the ship begins to sort of rock a little bit more due to the amount of waves. Now you are more out there on the open ocean. You can hear a few of the footprints, the footsteps kind of above you on the very creaky boards. Is there anything you guys would like to do before the night comes and first official rest on sea?
I think Eska would have probably gone through all of their stuff and rations and set them aside for each person.
Okay.
I don't think at any point in her head she thinks that Lee just can't get cold, so she has set aside winter clothes for him.
Okay.
But she's split the 40 rations into piles of 13 for the rest of the 3 groups of items, and she's kind of looking at the third, there's supposed to be someone else here, isn't there? He even asked us if it was just us. There has to be another person coming.
It does make sense.
What I do is ritually cast detect magic while under the deck.
Okay. Other than the pieces on you or the others that have magical qualities, and of course Legis, his whole body is glowing in this magical light for you. Every now and then, it's almost like it's coming through the ship, as if somehow you're able to see some sort of magical glowing aura through the floorboards. It kind of just flashes, similar to a glow bug, a firefly, whatever you'd like to call them. It just kind of flashes for a moment and goes away. Flashes, goes away, and then it just stops.
It fully stops?
Yeah, and now, you sit there patiently waiting for it to start back up again, and it does not.
Did I notice? Do I know what kind of magic it was?
Yes, yeah. It is. Is it that one? Yeah. So, it is an illusion spell.
Well, that's interesting. All right. I tell her when they know this information.
That's the one. Beautiful. Okay, sorry?
So I carry on my day knowing this information.
Gotcha. Okay. So, falls to the end of the night. The crew are now on a skeleton crew. Not that they have turned into skeletons, there's just not that many on top of the deck. Many of them have come down and bunkered in into the many hammocks that you yourselves will be laying next to them. Well, everyone except for Legis, anyway. As the next night comes to, as this night comes to a close, Crocy, I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw, please. Okay.
Oh no.
As you all wake up and power on, first you kind of stretch out your limbs a little bit, Crocy, to really, wake up. It's at this moment, and we'll actually see if I can do this, because I don't want to ruin it just yet, because it's too good. How do I do that? Oh, I can't bloody see. That's why. Okay, I'm sending some things to do things. So hold on 1 second. I'm clicking people's names here because I don't want to ruin it just yet because I want to see how everything works out. So there. Okay, Sai.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, so don't say anything yet. I sent you a message. Don't say anything yet. Your message,
No.
Tippy. Don't say anything yet. Okay, so as you all wake up, Crocy, you're stretching out. Other than a little seasick, you not too much, not overbearing. Feel relatively normal. SQ and Legis, you wake up in the area in which he is in.
SQ rounds the corner and just kind of stops dead in her tracks and is staring at him with huge eyes, and her jaw has dropped almost to the floor. And she says, Crocy? Buddy? Is that you?
Yes, Mike.
Right now,
Do I notice
Crocy-
this?
Oh, you do. Right now, Crocy, you have an irresistible urge. Find a carrot.
What's up, Doc?
I feel relatively normal, but do you have any carrots on you?
Yeah, sure. And because she still has carrots and potatoes, she's just gonna pull a carrot out and very slowly hold it out to him. Oh my god. Do you want anything else, or are you just hungry for carrots?
I'm just hungry for carrots. I don't particularly know why.
Oh, I could have a guess or two. You look great. How are you feeling this morning?
I'm fine. What
Look,
do you-
I tell you what. Instead of rabbiting around down here, why don't we go upstairs on deck?
Yeah, okay, look, we can do that. And she's gonna hand Kurosi an extra carrot before almost running, like full on sprinting away and upstairs.
Perhaps we can consult the warden.
Oh god.
I would like to examine myself because that was not normal.
Okay. There isn't too much in the way of sort of mirrors or anything here. There are a few silver plates and platters that you could use as a reflective source, if you want.
Yeah, I would. Hold on, let me look at something real quick.
All right. It is very slow, and as you're reaching forward, you try to look at a reflective surface. You, in one hand, have it, and the other hand, you have the carrot, and it's so irresistible. It is the tastiest carrot you've ever had in your entire life. Then you look into the reflective surface and you see it. On the top of your head, you have bunny ears. Full on, furry, pointy, floppy bunny ears. You also notice your teeth, the front two, are very, very long, much longer than they used to be.
I think we should have turned left at Albuquerque.
This boat was a bad idea.
As you grow in a bit shock from this, you begin to pat yourself down to see what else has possibly changed. You pat your arms down. Okay, phew. All right, legs. Phew. All right, chest. All right, good. Hands, perfect. Butt. Oh, God. Then you feel it. Fluffiest of little balls of tail. You have one now kind of pushing on the underside of your clothes. It's getting a bit painful at this moment now to keep that tail inside of your clothing. But you do have a tail. You have a bunny's tail.
Well then. I'm going to be using my smarts here. And I want to say it has something to do with this ring that I have on. When I make the arcana check, it to see if this is one of the side effects of the ring that I have on.
You can certainly try, yeah. As you make an arcana check, as you're examining the ring a bit closer, you pop it off and you feel, a bit slower, a bit not as dexterous anymore, but for the moment as you're staring at the ring, you look on the inside. There you see it. A small engraving of a rabbit's head. After removing the ring, you go to pat your head to see if you still have the tail and the ears. And you do.
All right.
Oh no.
Well, I currently stopped wearing the ring and put it in one of my pockets.
Okay.
But I can still have it on me, but I'm not gonna have the stats for it anymore.
That's right. So yes, you do feel a bit slow now, and you don't feel as dexterous. However, that urge to eat as many carrots as you can is just not going away. You desperately need another carrot right now.
Okay. Well, after finding out all of this, I want to go up to the deck to find SQ.
All right. Well, yeah, SQ is down there with you.
Oh yeah, she ran towards the stairs. She hasn't gone up yet.
All right. That's you. You know what carrots?
Yes? Would you
Oh my
like
God.
one?
I like all of them.
All of them? Oh, okay. And she gives
Alright.
you 6 carrots.
Alright. Alright. As you chugging the carrots, he wants to explain like what exactly is happening. So remember the ring that I had the ring that I had in my backpack that was making it heavy.
Yeah?
Apparently, it has some side effects, which caused me to partially turn to a rabbit.
Are you gonna become a full rabbit at some point?
Well, hopefully not since I took off the ring.
But
My
you
guess
still
is
have
it,
ears.
yeah, but my guess is it'll probably last for a day or two before it finds the size.
SQ is like very slowly ascending the stairs backwards with Lonnie tucked under one arm, and she's still like looking at this guy like he has fucking rabbit ears. And she's like,
But
It's
yeah,
good
okay,
reception.
well, I'm out of carrots. So when you finish those, ask the captain for more. Yeah?
duly noted.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go now. And then she runs the rest of the way up the stairs.
All right. So, as this day commences, and you make your way up the stairs, just get you up there so you can kind of see if there's anything you want to do up there. As you're making your way upstairs, the crew and everything seems to be bouncing around and doing what they can. There seems to be a stronger than normal wind facing in the direction that you guys are going. So they are pushing up sort of extra sails that go around it to really catch that strong wind and really push along the boat. The boat is now, or the ship rather, is now going at an even faster pace than from before. All right. As the day continues, is there anything you guys wanted to do to finish up the second night?
No. I'm gonna. As and when I go into shutdown mode, I am keeping an ear out for any alarms that go off
Fair
upstairs.
All right.
SQ's gonna go to the front of the ship and just stargaze for a bit. And then eventually she'll probably fall asleep there because she's lazy.
Okay. So as the second night comes to a close, crew sees newfound bunny ears and tail are a bit strange for sure. You feel that you've got this thing beat though by removing the ring. As you all power down and sleep, as it were, hours go by in a restful state. Ooh,
Sorry,
on
my
the third
mic cut
morning,
out for a second. What was that?
I was just basically saying you guys have fallen asleep, and you have, and now everything is kind of quiet as it can be, being in the middle of an open ocean surrounded by wood, very acoustic wood. But nonetheless, you guys find another, get to your rest. As you awake and power up, SQ, you find yourself outside on the top of the ship in the incredibly sort of bright sun. You can see sort of off into the distance. It sort of seems that storm clouds seem to be sort of rolling in. you are headed in the direction of them. However, the bright autumn sun is enough to sort of wake you up from your slumber. Crucy, as you awaken, you immediately grab the top of your head and they're still there, those bunny ears. And at this point, you probably don't even dare touch the tail to see if it's there. That part is just too weird. But nonetheless, new day is dawn. Captain Smythe sends one of his sailors off to your direction and catches up. Just to let you know, the ship is making great progress, and we should arrive at our destination in less than 4 days.
Excellent. Thank you.
All right.
So, over the course of the next 4 days, is there anything that you guys wanted to take care of, or doing anything in that sort of time frame? You guys do have some downtime hours, and you can use those. There it is. You can use those the 4 days until you arrive to do anything that you would like during the downtime. We don't have to. You don't have to say now if you don't have an idea, but just letting you know that you guys have 4 days to do things in your downtime.
All right. Well, I go. I go up to the top deck, and once I go to SQ, and I ask her to teach me halfling.
Teach what?
You like
Teach the language of your people.
Oh, yeah. She's down for that.
All right.
She's a very bad teacher.
Okay.
Sure. So learning a language takes about 8 weeks of in-game play and requires someone in the group to be able to speak that language, obviously. 1 week, it'll take away 1 week if more than one person in the group speaks the same language, and it will take a week away if any of the above people speak it natively. So like a dwarf teaching dwarven kind of thing.
So a halfling teaching halfling.
I have a one of my piece for my background.
Adept linguist.
Oh, so
Okay.
halfling teaching halfling plus adept linguist. How much time does that shave off?
So
Well, at least a day, because
yes. So you must observe humanoids interacting with one another for at least 1 day, after which you learned a handful of important words, expressions. Okay, so I will give this another week off because that is brilliant. So you've got at this moment right now you have a native speaker and you have the adept, so that will be 2 weeks off. So right now you can, with halfling, you can understand basic communication. Over there, hi, my name is. Where is the library? Hello, what? That kind of thing.
all right.
Donde es biblioteca?
Will you tuck me in at night?
Stuff like that, yes.
Yeah, that's very important. That's probably one of the first phrases she taught him.
Right. So at this current moment, if you are trying to understand halfling, it will be a perception check to sort of, an intelligence check rather, to see if you can understand how much of it you actually sort of understand. Because even if you do understand what the words are, when you have a fast speaker, it's too hard to catch sometimes. Like I know a little German, but if some German speaker came up to me and was just ramming them off, there's no way I'd be able to get it. So yeah, 11. Yeah, as long as you get over a 10. So from what you understand with this anyway, as long as if you're trying to pick up anything that SQ is saying, you can get the basic understanding of it. You can't really see the big picture. You can just get the broad strokes of it. She could say, "Oh, I'm very hungry and would love to have a Parmesan chicken with perhaps a little bit of quail egg on the side." You hear, "I'm hungry." I think she said she's hungry. I don't know, but nonetheless, all right. So, with this time, during the 4 days in which you traveled, it seems odd because the more you push forward into these sort of storm clouds, the more they sort of push back. It's almost sort of like a depth sort of illusion. The closer you become, they kind of stay in that position, kind of like looking at the moon while you're traveling in a car.
I will say, during this 4 days, SQ is going to try the lamp again.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
can I roll for anything that might, like, make her remember who the lamp belongs to?
Yeah. You can roll we'll say history check.
Okay.
Disadvantage.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
No one I'm just trying to stuff.
Advantage, history.
You're doing it. A lot. There we go.
Sorry.
So with 14, you kind of remember something. It seems strange because the words come to mind are just devil. Was it red or purple or green or... For some reason, you feel that this particular bottle possibly belongs to the devil? I don't know. But as you give it a rub, it takes a minute, and then a small bloop, little squirrel comes skidding around, looking at you. It cocks a head, looks down at its sort of garb that it's wearing, and kind of looks back at you. Kind of continues tilting its head like it's trying to make out what exactly is going on here.
SQ's gonna kind of just hold a hand out, like, do you wanna come over here?
He kind of sniffs your hand for a minute. Then his eyes, you see the eyes get very wide and begins to sort of scurry up your arm at a very quickened pace. At first it kind of catches you off guard, but you kind of hold still as it pops onto your shoulder. Then it looks down at the genie bottle. Basically just kind of swan dives into the bottle and bloop. Bottle kind of, from the force of this thing entering inside of it, just kind of ding 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 ding, and then just stay still.
SQ just shakes her head and she's like, none of this makes sense, but it's starting to, and I don't understand it. Oh, I need to go to bed. And she very
All right.
carefully wraps the bottle up in like a piece of cloth and like puts it back in her backpack, very safe and sound, because she knows it's important. She just doesn't know why yet. And now there's devil.
Got it. Crucy, during these last 4 days, every morning you wake up, immediately touch your head, and each day become increasingly more disappointed with the fact that the bunny ears and tail are still there. As you all arrive...
I'm keeping a perfectly straight face.
Yes.
Oh, every time SQ sees Kurosi at this point, like, she's not afraid of it anymore. She just starts laughing hysterically.
Um,
And then she's like waving her hand, like, I'm sorry, it's not you. It's kind of you, but it's really not.
All right. As you all arrive at this, it's not quite an island. It's more like just a really big chunk of of ice, of like a glacier, and the ship kind of hangs off about to 150 feet or so away from it. The crewmen are all grabbing the boats and kind of takes one and lowers, prepares to lower it down. And the captain kind of looks at all of you and goes, Well, I believe this is your stop. We'll be here for your return. Just don't be too long, yes?
I hadn't planned on it.
How long do we have until you leave?
We've been instructed to stay as long as you are there. However, it is quite cold, and I'd much rather be back in warmer climates.
And at this point, SQ is like handing out their bundles of rations that she has parsed out, and she hands, Crocy his rations and his healing potion and his clothing, and same thing with Legis. And then she kind of holds up the extra one though, and she's like, "Who's this for? You asked us if we were the only ones when we first got on the ship, and we said yes, and you seemed weird about it. Who's this for?"
You were only instructed that there might be more of you.
She's gonna put the extras in her backpack just in case.
Okay. This moment, the captain is kind of ushering you all in to the boat to take to the glacier / ice island. As you all board, begins to lower down. Takes a good 10-15 minutes to row and get where you need to be. But eventually you end up at the sort of base area. It seems to be about 20 to 25 feet up onto the ledge of where you need to go. You guys approach with the boat and discover that you must find a way to reach the top.
How far away? 25 feet?
Yes, 25 feet up. Almost vertical.
Problem. I'll misty step it. I'll misty step it.
Dang, that really suck. I don't have my rope climbing.
But what I'll do is once I get up there, I'll then look for somewhere I can drive a couple of pitons into and lower a rope down.
Okay. You have pitons and rope? Good to go.
I do indeed.
All right. So, as you kind of, as both you, Crucy, and SQ kind of look up and see, it's quite the ice cliff to get up there. You kind of look over at Lee, just kind of instinctively, like, how are we going to get up there? And as you do, it's just like, poof, he's gone. Then,
and by the way, it looks like a Star Trek transporter effect.
nice.
SQ is
Is this-
like, "Oh my god, did he time travel again? Oh no. Oh no."
During your panic state, you hear a couple of ting, 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 ting. And then suddenly, right in front of your face is a large hempen rope. You can see from where you are, you can see kind of Lee just poking his head over.
Well then, thank you very much. I start climbing the rope.
All right.
Once he gets near the top, I'll put out a hand to try and help him over the edge.
Okay. And, SQ, are you taking Lonnie with you?
Yeah, I was about to say, SQ's gonna like fashion the end of the rope into like a harness for Lonnie and be like, "Pull him up. I'll come last."
All right.
And yeah, once Lonnie's up, she'll climb up.
Okay. As you all approach, Legis, you would have seen this right off, but you would have been a little bit too busy helping your friends. But once you do help your friends get to where they need to go, you turn around and you see that this is a very strange glacier / ice island indeed. there seems to be some foliage here, some plant life, be sort of evergreen trees and that. But they seem to have grown in a very strange sort of way, where, most trees that you've seen, evergreens, kind of go up into a point. These ones kind of come to a bit of a rounded edge, and they're only about maybe 5 feet tall. Off to the far edge of it, you can see what appears to be cave's entrance.
Ooh. Well, I say let's go.
Sorry, carry on, curiosity.
Well, I say let's go into the cave.
What I was just going to ask, what sort of time of day did the ship's captain get us to here? Was it in the morning or lunchtime or afternoon or?
Yeah, this one is sort of mid-afternoon, around
mid-afternoon.
3. Yeah.
Okay. I agree. I agree, Kurosi. I think that we should go see if the cave is occupied, and if it's not, maybe we can use it as shelter.
Yeah, SQ's agreeing, but she's also telling Lonnie, like, take up the rear. You stay back, tiny man.
Ah.
You're too small. You're not helpful right now.
Using my dark vision, I'm actually going to peer inside the cave and see if I can see.
Put on my goggles of night.
All right. As you enter into the cave, at first you're about 5 feet or so from the entrance, and as you enter in, it seems like completely pitch black, like you can't quite see inside of the cave for some reason. As you enter in and pass the threshold, suddenly the entire whole room, this large sort of empty cave-like structures inside, and in this grand, like really big open space, there seems to be like this, strange enough, in the center there seems to be like a small island almost. And at first you don't quite hear it, but then as you pass through that threshold of darkness, the sound of rushing wind is just blowing all past your ears. And of course, your clothing is flipping around in this really strong wind. Not strong enough to knock you down, but you definitely know it's there. And on this, almost like a tornado spiral vortex of wind, there sits an island that seems to be holding itself up using this sort of vortex wind.
Wow.
It comes down from above, and then as it sort of lines up with the path that you guys are on, it's then that you can see it. All of its majestic beauty. There is a sort of ramp that comes up in a horseshoe style, in a sort of semicircle. On top of this rising, there's a sort of glowing turquoise crystal dead ahead, and 2 of them off to the side of either side. You guys find yourselves up with this sort of bridge. And there we go. And lawnmower. There we go. In the center of this tornado island thing is a very large crystal, crystal, and it seems to be giving off almost like a pure white light. It is then, as you guys are entering into this cave, you hear amongst the wind, "Help me! Help me!"
Do you guys hear that?
Yes, I do. Where is that voice coming from?
Give me a perception check.
I want to roll too.
Go ahead.
Yeah, me too.
I need to
Yep,
remember
yep, go
to
ahead.
get off of disadvantage. No.
Oh. Okay, and here it comes. Oh, brilliant. Okay.
Oh, thank God.
So, Legis, you kind of get an inkling that it is definitely coming from in front of you somewhere. SQ, it's coming from this room somewhere. But, Kurosi, with your majestic bunny ears, you focus them, triangulate.
Oh my,
It had to be him. It had to be him.
oh my God.
You can definitely tell that that noise is coming from this sort of large crystalline mirror.
Okay.
So,
Is it possible to walk this way?
Indeed, yep. Those are sort of like ramps that lead up to the horizon. Up over. Where's the button I want? This one. So as you can climb up this way here and go all the way up to this point here. From here to here is 20 feet up, straight up.
Okay, I'm definitely going up the right-hand side
Okay.
And
SQ's
turning back.
following,
yeah, me too.
and she's telling Lonnie to stay put.
Nah.
No, don't argue.
I'm gonna slowly approach this thing and basically try and have a quick look at the mirror, see if I can see anything.
Well, while he's doing that, I'm gonna go right past him towards the big center mirror.
Okay. As you approach this mirror, make a perception check, Legis. Okay.
No, that was no idea.
It is a like a crystalline sort of mirror. You can see through it, but there also is a reflection of you there. You look, wave your hands around. Seems to be just your reflection.
Okay. As soon as I make that determination, I'm going to move up to here towards where Kurosi is.
Okay.
As SQ passes, can I roll perception?
Yes, you can.
Hee hee.
Okay. Skew, as you begin to look in the mirror,
Wow,
Legis, yes, Legis has sort of less of an awareness of self. He's more of, this is how I function, kind of. And you, being one with indeed a soul, not that he just doesn't have one. He just... but,
Racist.
well, no, that's
We're all
soulless.
products of our own programming, whether or not it happens to be mechanical or biological.
Indeed. However, but due to the fact that you are biological, SQ, as you're looking in, you look at the mirror and everything seems to be okay for the most part. And you begin to wave your hand. Then kind of notice a slight discrepancy between your movement, the movement of the mirror image. Because of the color of the crystal sort of mirror, your reflection appears to be more aquamarine in color than you actually are.
Does
However-
it almost look like I'm underwater? Like that kind of weird discrepancy in movement? Like it's going slower than I am?
Yeah. It's almost as if there is a delay between your movement and the movement in the mirror. Then you see it. As you're kind of waving your hand to like, okay, is this really happening? You notice the mirror image dropping both its hands, just looking at you. Is now no longer reflecting what you're doing. It seems to have a mind of its own.
SQ starts hyperventilating and she's like, guys?
Oh yeah, was it?
My reflection. This mirror is fucking broken. Or haunted. Or both. Oh my god. And she's still frantically waving her hands like, please wave your fucking hands.
Well, after hearing that, SQ rushes over to examine the mirror.
As you examine the mirror, Crucy, you stand next to SQ looking at it, and at first you go, okay, I don't see the issue here. Then it dawns on you. You're not in the reflection, just SQ.
I'll make an Arcana check, see if this mirror is magical.
Sure. It would seem that magic is the only capable reason of why this could be happening.
Does SQ notice his lack of reflection, or is that all? That's
Oh,
only
you
for
would-
him.
Oh, you would see that he does not have a reflection either.
Oh yeah, she's gonna stop waving her hands and just kind of like, oh my god, are you a vampire?
I go up to it and touch the mirror.
You kind of see it almost ripple, despite the fact that it is a solid crystal.
Why are you touching it? Don't touch it. I'm pretty sure there's a bad version of me in there. She stopped waving.
It could be true, but I'm too far interested in this.
SQ's reflection reaches out its hands towards the mirror, towards you.
The
Just
real
hop-
SQ just starts screaming. Pure panic.
As you begin to scream, several noises are coming in and all around you all at once. At first, you still hear that, help me, help me. You still hear that going off in the sort of distance there. Oh, I can do that? That's so cool. I can go, help me. You can go like this, help me, and I can go. That's so cool. I can do it after the fact. That is neat. Okay, sorry. Well, I just thought that would be cool. So that's a genuine echo as opposed to it layering up before I speak. Anyway, nonetheless, I'm too... As you do that, as you begin to yell and scream, you hear both that shouting from the other side, going, help me. And then, of course, you hear this loud screeching noise coming from in front of you. As you look, you see it. It is this reflection of you, SQ. As you begin to scream, it's screaming as loud as it can to match you. It steps out of the mirror, reaching for your arm.
Oh god. Oh god. So when she realizes it started screaming to match her, she like slapped both hands over her mouth. So at this point, she's just kind of like trying to contain her own panic, and so she's gonna just try to Sparta kick herself.
Okay.
Roll initiative.
Full initiative.
Of course.
All right. So let me just do this. Right, you're gonna see a thing for you, duplicate thing for you, but you won't in a moment. But do roll initiative there for yourselves, there, cats. Get you guys in there. Skadoosh, skadoosh, goodbye.
I forgot
Skadoosh.
to click on my icon before I rolled. I rolled 11.16.
No worries. I will hook you up here. Let me just do some things. Okay, so clicking this, adding turn. You said 14?
11.
11.16.
11? Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay,
don't know why
sorry.
it's a point. It's weird. I don't know why it's
Because-
decimaled.
Because you have it's a dex tiebreaker. For those who have the same dexterity, it will create a tiebreaker for you.
Okay.
So yeah, no worries. All right, and let's get. Here's a couple. Right, and let's roll for you. Oh, I still got them on secret, don't I? Okay. Yeah, it's not the greatest, but it's okay. All right.
The grace was okay.
Descending. All right, Crew OC.
God.
You see this reflection. Everything about it is, of course, identical to SQ. And of course, the mirror image of it.
All
What
right.
to do?
Well, I try to push the replica SQ back into the mirror.
You can certainly try. This will be a strength contest. So just roll your strength, and it'll be strength versus strength.
All right.
All right, versus.
And I add a +4 to that because my armor of strength. So that'd be a
Magical strength. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. When it makes strength attack, it can expend one charge to add a bonus roll to its equal to its intelligence modifier. So I'm assuming your intelligence is 4.
Yeah.
Okay. In that
so
case,
that'd be a 20.
you do push it and push it up against the mirror, but it's not going back in.
Well then, put it on items is a bonus action or it takes a normal action.
Sorry?
Use an item is a bonus action, right? Or a normal action.
Use an item.
I want to put back on the ring, the magical ring.
Oh, and yeah. In that case, well, that would be digging through. Yeah, you can put the ring back on your finger for sure. That would be the bonus. That could be a bonus action.
All right.
So free action.
So that would please might move to 40, and I get a +2 in the dexterity. Got it.
I'll add that up there for you as well. I think you're already on it. Never mind.
Yeah. Then that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay, perfect. All right, heading on over to Legis. Ooh. Oh, firebolt. Okay. 12 does not hit.
Yeah, I figured that would probably miss, but nothing I can do at the moment.
It was worth a shot, indeed.
What-
Okay.
what- when you're shooting at something, when would I get advantage? Do I get advantage if my ally is within my feet?
There are feats that allow that to happen.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Well, I missed.
Fair enough. You can. I also do flanking as well. So if Crew C was on this side of SQ, any attacks that would be at advantage. So even if it's a ranged attack, it would still be just a straight roll.
Yeah.
Because it has
Okay.
disadvantage and advantage, right?
Mm.
So I do that. That's the only thing I really carry over from 3.5 is flanking, just because I feel it's it's all about teamwork. But anyway, all right. So Mirror SQ is going to Do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Okay. Ooh, you've got like nothing. Oh. It was my plan all along to have nothing. Right. Is this here? I can do this. Yeah. Okay. It, of course, lashes out towards you, SQ. In the
Sorry about that. Don't. Oh, my bad. I thought I clicked something.
No, you're good. That was me. Yes, so I'm going to need you to give me a DC 13 wisdom saving throw or get hit with 1 psychic damage as this thing seems to be hurling insults about your mother. Oh. All right, you're taking 1 point of psychic damage as that really stung. That really did hurt you.
Your mum is so fat she's got smaller fat women in orbit around her.
Oh no.
That's right. She puts on her belts with a boomerang. There we go. Now it's your turn. It's Q.
We're gonna go with vicious mockery again. And SQ
All right.
just gonna
This is just a rap battle now.
Oh yeah, she's gonna point at herself and be like, "Let's look at ourselves, shall we? We have big hips and really horrible acne sometimes. You look like shit."
Okay. Wisdom save. It gives you a 14. It just flakes it off. It's not having it. It knows you better than you know yourself, even.
He starts crying a little bit.
Crucy!
All right. Well, it's dagger time.
Oh man. Oh, with 18, yeah, that's gonna stab into her for 7 points. Right. Okay, is that you? That was a good hit. It just kind of comes in, and instead of causing any sort of cutting or blood or anything like that, as you pierce your dagger into the mirror version of SQ, you can see that the mirror next to you is cracking. Almost in the same sort of pattern as the reflection of SQ is. Right, Legis. Oh, he's already ready. Another firebolt. That will
Firebolt.
actually get. Yeah,
Yay!
actually get it. For 7.
7.
Okay. As the firebolt hits it, you can kind of see it's not so much cracking, but you can kind of see where it's been cracked. It's become so hot that it's actually melting the glass itself. And again, you can see that same crack forming on the mirror next to Kurosi.
Okay.
All right. Mirror SQ.
Yeah, I'm not closing
Okay.
any distance. I'm staying where the hell I am. Yeah, I'm not going to move
Gotcha.
anywhere.
Okay. As you begin, as this kind of firebolt hits, the mirror version of SQ kind of shakes a little bit, places her hand onto the mirror next to you, and begins to mend it. You can see that it's starting to, the cracks begin to close up, and on Mirror SQ's body, Mega SQ body begin to close up as well. And
All right.
Yep. I need to.
That's not good.
Just one. And slash R1d6. Come on. I need 2 of them. Slash R1d6, you little bugger. 4 and 4. Okay, so you can see it putting everything kind of back together in a place that mirror version, and the mirror seems to be well intact now. SQ, over to you. The real SQ, proper SQ.
Shit. Okay. I think. I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability on Kurosi for strength.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. This sheet's being weird.
You touch a creature and bestow it with a magical enhancement. Choose one of the following effects. The target gains that effect until the spell ends. Bear's Endurance. The target has advantage on Constitution
Sorry,
checks.
did I click a weird fucking button? What is happening right now?
This is in enhance ability.
Oh my god, Randy, it's you.
Yeah, sorry, it was me. Yeah.
Jesus. I thought like there was some weird recording that happened when I clicked this spell, and I was like, I did not sign up for this.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yes. Yes. See, when I adopt the radio voice,
Oh my god, the radio
my
voice
accent,
was, like,
yeah.
too on point.
Well, when I adopt it, my accent, I try to push my accent down so I don't sound like this, and so
It
yeah,
worked.
when I
You
mute,
got me.
yeah. I don't know. I went to college for radio, and in Canada, so a lot of the radio stations didn't really want to hire me because it's like, well, you don't really got the voice for it. I'm like, I sound like this. And they're like, well, we want listeners to engage with people who sound like them. And I'm like, okay, I got it. And then I spent maybe about 2 years working on my lovely voice, and then I became this, and I was able to push it down and sound a little bit, I don't know, to me it sounds like I'm drunk. But anyway.
I mean, I don't think it sounds like you're drunk. I think you sound like a recording.
Right. Well, there was this one thing that I had to say. We were talking about President Clinton, right? That's how I would say it. President Clinton. Have that T. There's a T there, so you pronounce it. But then, putting it in the radio voice, it just sounds like I'm like slurring my words, like President Clinton. Like what?
No,
Like,
that just sounds like an American. Like a normal, everyday
So-
American.
so drunk, exactly as I said. Moving on.
Alright, touche.
So you're giving him strength. Oh, that's a lot to read. Do you mind pointing it out for me?
Oh, it's this bit.
There we go. Also
Yeah, I'll
gains
just put-
to which are lost bull strength. There we go.
Yeah.
Target has advantage on strength checks. Okay, cool. All right. Sorry about that. All right, so that's your action. I'm looking at your character sheet.
I don't
So I
have
know
any
you.
bonus actions.
So you do have some movement. However, you will take it an up attack if
Yeah,
you
I'm not moving.
move. Okay, Kurosi.
Alright. With advantage in strength, I want to push clone SQ off the ledge.
Okay, yeah, it is a good drop down there for sure. Yeah, this is actually after the rise, so this would be from this point all the way around to this point would all be 20 feet down. So that would be 1d6 for it's everything after 10. So that's 1d6 damage it would do if you are successful. Ooh, 19. Okay, let's see. Come on, strength, daddy. The highest I can roll is a flopping 19. Nope. Okay. So you do manage to push this direction, and it begins to fall.
As he does that, can I yell pull and fire a firebolt at it?
It would be your next turn, sure. Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
So he pushes it over. As she goes over the edge, I go, pull!
Nice. I think I even have something for that. Hold on. Here it is.
There we-
Hey!
Awesome.
You do manage to, with 15, yeah, you do manage to get there in there as well. So this is from the fall. Ooh, oh, I got it on fucking repeat.
It's alright.
Sorry about that.
It's alright.
Anyway, so it's taking 2 damage from the fall and 6 points of fire damage from your attack.
Bubble. Yeah.
So altogether 8, negating the ending spell it did earlier. All right.
And she's a bit far away now to do any healing, mending, which was a smart move on Kurosi's part.
Very good. And we head back over. It is now Clone SQ's turn. It's going to take a few steps back and head towards the crystal. And it's going to crack out its hand crossbow and point it at SQ for...
Crap.
nope,
No.
not for,
didn't hit.
not for a 7.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. And proper SQ, it is now your turn.
Well, at this point. Oh, crap. Hold on. I need to exit the game and get back in. I can't open my character sheet.
Okay, take a minute. There's also in the cogwheel in Roll20. If you scroll down, there's actually a thing that says reconnect. This will reconnect you to the server without having to reload the page.
Aha!
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And it doesn't, a full reset would be easier, but it's always a good thing to press that to see if everything works.
Okay, I'm back in. Let's see here.
Right.
Keep in mind, it's 20 feet down as well.
And since I'm up higher, if I use my crossbow, do I get advantage?
No, you
Okay.
wouldn't. No.
I'm gonna shoot her.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot me.
Okay. Oh, snap!
Oh,
Twang!
You made it twang. You certainly did. Jesus, Murphy. Okay. As you're pulling out your hand crossbow, after one of the crossbows bolts come flying at you and kind of whiz by you and embed into the rock-like structure that goes around the crystal mirror, you just it's happening. You point it down at the other you. Go ahead and explain what it looks like to everyone else.
Does not look cool at all. She kind of fumbles with the crossbow for a minute because it's almost as big as her, and she kind of has to use her feet to plant it down to get the right angle, and then she shoots. And I'm hoping it hits her other self straight, square, middle of the chest, and SQ's gonna drop her crossbow, put her hands up, and be like, "Go, motherfucker!"
As the crossbow bolt hits right dead center of the Nega SQ, looks up at you for a quick second. SQ gives you the biggest, I believe it's American referred to as a shit-eating grin, and then just into 1,000 million pieces of glass. Behind you, Kurose, the mirror itself shatters and breaks apart. Seems
SQ
that
doesn't
you
look
have-
nearly as confident as she did a second ago. That shit-eating grin shook her.
Oh, I want to fire a firebolt at this.
okay. Go ahead.
Because now I don't trust any of those mirrors.
All right, 17. You fire at the fire. You fire at the firebolt. You fire at the mirror, and the reflection of your other of a firebolt is coming at the mirror from the other side. And as the both meet, you can kind of get this sense like It's somewhat absorbing your firebolt, and another firebolt tinted with a little bit of the aquamarine, now heading.
All my firebolts look like a small little stream of fiery cogwheels through the air.
As it enters in there, and then exits out almost on a angle, as if you were aiming it at a mirror. And SQ and Cruci, you guys see this sort of aquamarine geared firebolt flying past your heads and landing over here, and just.
Yeah, my bad. Didn't know it was going to do that. Won't do it again.
That's all right.
God, Legis, what are you doing?
I thought, that thing came out the mirror, so I thought, well, if we get rid of the mirrors, maybe the other things won't come out of them.
We should smash the mirror, not fire things that are reflected at it.
Okay.
Well then, I want to go examine this mirror now.
SQ's gonna make her way to this mirror and try to hit it.
Don't mess with any more mirrors.
Okay. She's
They'll probably copy what
she's
they
gonna step
what they
away
see.
so that she can't see her reflection in it, because she's freaked out.
Help me.
So I'll go up to this giant mirror
Okay.
and I want to cast a detect magic on.
Okay. Yeah. Mark that off. And this whole place is just glowing with magic. The mirrors, the gem in the center of the room, the tornado that seems to be lifting it up, this island that you're on. It's like trying to look for candlelight while being blasted with a spotlight. It is very hard to detect anything else specific in this room. Everything around you seems to be filled with this magical aura.
So the mirror in front of me, I want to examine that.
All right. As you examine, once again, your reflection doesn't appear. However, it first takes on almost like a shadow-like appearance. Very tall, humanoid figure, 6-7 foot, appears.
Uh-oh.
In this sort of blackened, sort of dark aquamarine shade, almost like the reflection itself is made out of smoke. Begins to shrink, smaller, till it's about the size of SQ.
Oh.
And then you can kind of see it start to make out features of a face. Then you see it. Seems to be a small boy.
Oh. Well, Crosby just goes and just asks, "Do you need help?"
Yeah, that's not creepy.
Interesting to start. Crosby tries to grab his hand out into the mirror to try to grab, at least try to attempt to touch him.
You reach out and you touch
Oh
the crystal.
no.
No.
You won't work.
I won't worry.
Compatible.
Okay. Hey, Esky, get over here. Trust me, I have an idea.
Okay. And she's very slowly gonna make her way over, but she's not gonna get close enough to touch the kid yet.
I want you to try to reach through this mirror.
Help.
The last time I stood in front of a mirror, a copy of me tried to kill all of us. What makes you think this is a good idea?
Depends. Do you see your reflection in this mirror?
No, and I don't see yours either.
Precisely. So, since you already interacted with yourself, I want to know if you can.
Yeah, that probably means it's not a very good mirror.
The mirror is broken.
You've been here for so long.
Yeah, who put you there?
My father.
Who's your
What?
father?
I can't remember.
Why did he put you in there?
He didn't know. Mira took me. My father took the other way.
The other way. The other way to what?
He left. Thing from the mirror left with my father. I was stuck here. I've been stuck here so long.
Guys, this is a horrible idea. That's a ghost. That is 100% a ghost.
I'm entirely certain that anything that starts off at 7 feet and ends up looking like a little kid is probably not a good thing.
I don't think that's a kid.
I'm extremely suspicious, I have to say, especially on the basis of the fact that the last time, the most recent time we looked in one of these mirrors, a copy of you popped out and it all went horribly wrong. So,
But the thing is, right?
Mirrors do. They take you, replace you.
Kurosi, I'm
Then
not
how
putting my
come-
hand in the mirror. I'm not doing it.
how can you get out?
But
I
he
exist only as a memory, a thought. I must exist only in thoughts.
Well, how about this? We'll remember you.
I cannot leave.
I,
I've been here for
what's
so
your
long.
name?
My name is Lex.
Lex.
Lex Catler.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
Lex,
It was nice to meet you, Lex. We have to go. Right, guys? We have to leave now.
we can't just leave him here.
We can. We absolutely can. And SQ starts making her way back towards the exit.
We need this crystal. Does anybody know how we can get that crystal that's in the Bowen vortex? Because basically that's why we're here.
You
Ask
have
the
come
kid.
for the crystal.
Oh my god.
Yes, we have.
And this, the noise that you're hearing is no longer coming from the child in front of you. It's actually coming from behind you, from the crystal itself.
I thought it might.
Oh,
Okay, I will turn around and face the crystal. We've come to collect you. We've come to reunite you with the other parts.
You will not take. I am the protector.
No. We don't. I don't want to take it. I want you to give it to me.
protector. We will protect the gem.
You're welcome to come with us.
We're not trying to destroy it.
I am the gem.
Oh, well, it's nice to
Oh.
meet you.
Do you have a name?
I am the protector.
Well, hello, Protector. I'm SQ. That's my friend Legis.
I
That's
am the
Perosi.
gem.
Yes, we get that. Guys, I don't think he speaks much common.
Will not leave this place with the gem.
That does rather cause a problem.
From the gem itself, you
Oh,
see a small tornado whizzing up and forming a humanoid body quite large, 10, 12 feet in height, in front of you. And that's going to be a good place to stop the session for today.
Oh my god.
Leave them all.
Oh
Oh
dear.
my god.
Yeah. So this is the guy.